In the Clear Moonlight Dusk, Volumes 2 and 3 review, Fancy Mika Yamamori are currently spoiled for choice as both Sobakicho Lonely Planet, published by Yen Press, and The Clear Moonlight Dusk are in the midst of being published in English. Today, I'm here to check in with the later of the two to find out how the plot is progressing. As we read Yui Ichimura, we find Yui proposing to Ichimura that they date as an experiment and see how they both feel. Ichimura naturally wants to know what the trial will entail and how far it can go. Will they hold hands, hug, or even kiss? Flustered by his questions, Yui tells Ichimura she should get back to him, and then quickly flees the scene. Not only is she embarrassed by the questions, but she doesn't understand why she asked him to date her at all. In the end, Yui comes back to Ichimura with a contract, stating that the two will date for anywhere between 2 weeks and a month, but anything physical will be prohibited, and they must keep their relationship a secret from others. Additionally, Soul Eater ought to develop romantic feelings from a third party when they will terminate the deal immediately. Ichimura is happy to agree to all of Yui's terms, and afterwards, the two quickly decide on their first date. Together, we'll try new outfits, enjoy some snacks, and spend a cozy evening at a nearby amusement park. Yui is left wondering if any of these early constitutes a date, especially when rather than try on girly outfits, she picks up more masculine clothing. Of course, Ichimura is just happy to spend her day with her as someone he's grown fond of, and even introduces himself to her father after walking her home. Volume 2 is about seeing these two characters figure out what love and romance are while growing closer to each other. Having always been seen as a prince, this is the first time Yui has had the opportunity to fall in love with someone, and understandably, she can figure out what Ichimaru sees in her. This is only made worse with the fact that Date says he could stare at her face forever. The two have quite a few miscommunications, but the thing I really appreciate is that nothing is left hanging. Yes, things might get awkward at school for a couple of days, or they work out their feelings, but nothing is left to fester unaddressed. Nothing feels like unnatural drama either. This is a romance that's very relatable and the true to life. Moving into Volume 3, their relationship is more stable, with Yui slowly realizing that she's in fact a lover of Ichimaru. She's even willing to hold hands with him, knowing he wants to kiss him, but he hasn't worked up the courage to go wrong with it, despite the agreement stating otherwise. They're near the end of the trial too, which means Yui must decide if she wants to officially date him or not. However, a spanner is thrown into the works with the introduction of a new part-timer at her father's restaurant called Takoto Uji, just like Yui. Takoto is handsome and has a reputation for being a prince due to his kind actions and name that isn't too far off Uji, the Japanese words for a prince. Because of this, he can empathize with Yui's struggles and she finds him easy to talk to. Unfortunately, when Ichimaru finds out about him, he becomes incredibly jealous and it causes a new rift to form between him and Yui. With the time, Lim is almost up. Are they able to patch things up, or should this be the end of her relationship for good? Personally, while I like Uji as a character, I'm not particularly fond of having him as a potential love interest. It's clear he does have feelings for Yui, which gives a validity to Ichimaru being jealous. But all the same, I enjoy in the Clear Moonlight Dusk the most when it's about Yui and Ichimaru figuring out their feelings. I hope that sooner rather than later, one of the two main characters will tell Uji about their relationship so we can move into a supporting role rather than being a rival or obstacle to their path. These 3 volumes have shown us that mangaka Mika Yamamori has the skills to deliver a perfectly enjoyable romance series without throwing anything else into the mix. But at the same time, it's as stable as the creators of the series to have a second love interest, so perhaps I should be surprised. Whatever the case, I'm rooting for Ichimaru and I'm looking forward to what will happen in Volume 4 as their contracts come to an end. As previously mentioned, in the Clear Moonlight Dusk, Volumes 2 and 3 comes to the West thanks to Kodansha and continues to be translated by Jessica Latero with lettering by Leeks Blakesley. Both releases read well and have helpful translation notes included at the back of the book. The book opened with some eye-catching color spreads, which is a real treat. Volume 4 of the series was released at the beginning of June, and Volume 4 is currently scheduled for English release in July, so there's still plenty to look forward to here. Overall, In the Clear Moonlight Dusk remains a charming romance manga. It's rewarding to watch these two characters grow closer to one another while figure out what it means to fall in love with for the first time. But the events of Volume 3 are a little too stereotypical for my liking. That certainly doesn't take away from the strengths of the series otherwise. Our review copies for Kodansha viewers supplied by Itaimu Book Distributors UK, 8 out of 10.